Welcome, everybody. I am starting a podcast. Hooray! I'm very excited. I have done a few other podcasts before, but none of them have ever been my own. So this is my first podcast. I'm really excited here. Giggling a lot because I'm just really excited and happy to be here, and I didn't think I'd be giggling like a little girl, but you know what? I am. My name is Gabby, if you guys are new here, and this is my podcast. I'm going to call it The Gift of Gab, because my name is Gabby, and your girl likes to talk a lot. Okay? So be it. This is why we're starting a podcast. And I'm not sure how long these are going to be. I'm not sure how often they'll be. I mean, maybe like at least once a week, but due to the quarantine and the COVID, I might be posting a few more of these more often since, I'm required to stay inside, which is fine. I hope all of you are safe. I hope all of you are doing okay throughout everything. I know the times are weird and stressful, but just letting you know that I hope y'all are okay. And my thoughts go out to you. And I feel you. I feel you for real. So why I've started a podcast, I feel like that's the first thing I wanted to talk about in general, and maybe that might be what my, only podcast thing made of whatever today will be, is why I made a podcast. And I have a few reasons for wanting to start a podcast. The first reason I wanted to start a podcast is because I have a lot of things I want to share with you guys. I have a lot of things I want to say. I have a lot of experiences that I want to share with the world. And I do have other platforms such as Instagram and YouTube. And to be completely honest, I think that just some of those things, like topics that I have, wouldn't fit necessarily in those genres. Or, Instagram alone, isn't necessarily like a 10-minute conversation kind of thing. And my YouTube channel is mostly like building car stuff. And, I would like to make podcasts and kind of have conversations and mix a lot on my YouTube. But I think having a dedicated outlet for these types of topics will allow me to articulate and go deeper into my own thoughts and share these experiences better and just more well-rounded, right? Just that being able to dedicate that time and energy and focus into specifically that topic or story or whatever it is, I think will be better than, putting half the amount of energy but putting it on my YouTube. Does that make sense? Don't what is it? Don't half-ass two things, full-ass one thing. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And I also feel another reason why I wanted to start the podcast is because I feel like I have lost a bit of connection with my audience. Throughout the past 2 months, I've just had a lot of bad experiences, and it's really withdrawn me from sharing just my thoughts in general with my audience and just getting up and talking to my audience on either Instagram or YouTube. Not necessarily YouTube, because it's just kind of like whatever I'm doing in that moment, but specifically my Instagram, because I used to kind of just make videos of me talking to you guys, and I don't do a lot of that anymore. And I want to, because I like to talk to you guys. Pictures can only say so much, right? A picture is worth 1,000 words? Cool, how much is a 5-second video worth? So I want to do more of that, and I'm still kind of drawn and kind of scared too because of my bad experiences throughout the past few months. So I feel like maybe making something like this, like a dedicated podcast, will help me get over that. We all have bad things that happen to us, and we all deal with them in our own ways. So I feel like making a podcast would be cool, and why not? And it'd be fun and great and wow. Oh, man. And I've always wanted to do a podcast. I used to do the Miss Manual podcast. I used to help host that. And it was fun. It was very specific, though, to blue-collar ladies in the industry. And not that I'm not all for that. I just have more that I want to share with you guys. Some examples would be, I was a high fashion model for 7 years. There are a lot of stories and experiences that I want to share with you with that. And a lot of perspective from being in that industry that I also want to share with you. So I thought that would be pretty cool. But that didn't really seem to fit anywhere in my YouTube video series or whatever, my car building channel. And just something like that to put on the Instagram is just there's just not enough, it's just Instagram isn't a platform for long discussions, I guess. So here we are making a podcast. Another reason why I wanted to make the podcast is because this is kind of like a new way of expressing myself, like a new stream, or like just kind of like a new genre of things on the internet that I want to experience and delve into, and another form of expression of who I am and the things that I do and the things that I think about. And honestly, there's a lot to Gabby, and I want to share that with you guys. Share you like my thoughts about things going on in the world, or things that I think about, and I want to share my experiences, like my struggles and things that I've tried, and like why I did this and why I did that, and things that I have learned. Like, I genuinely want to share those with you because I feel like that it could really help people. Like when I decided to try to go to college, and then why I decided why I didn't want to go to college, or why I decided to do this and what I learned from it, and maybe that it can help somebody else. Like maybe it can help somebody who might not have the same opportunities as me, like make a better decision for themselves for their future. Like that's what I want to be here for. Like I want to be here for you guys to inspire you, lead by example, and show you step by step what it is that I'm doing, what I'm conquering, how I'm doing it to the best of my abilities anyway. But that's kind of why I want to start a podcast. That's why I'm here. And now I didn't think I'd get this far, so now we're here. I guess a little bit about I want to talk about is kind of like where I am in my quarantine. I think that's very relevant right now, obviously. Right now is a good time, in my opinion, to start a podcast because I'm quarantined and it sucks. And I got put on furlough from my job, and that sucks. So no more Amazon packages. And it kind of sucks, but I am still very thankful for my position. I know that I will be okay. I will have to obviously struggle like the rest of the world, but I know that it could be worse. I know that I'm very lucky to be in my situation, and I know that everything will be okay in the end. But what I've been doing a lot of is I've been very lucky. I just moved again for like the third time in 6 months to a new place, and I'm excited just to kind of sit here and chill and be here for a while, because I wasn't planning on staying this long, but with the current world situation, I have to, which is okay. I'm very thankful for it, and the quarantine actually really, really helped me, and I might dive deeper into that later. So I've been doing a lot of just working on my car, doing a lot of self-awareness, self-reflection about me and the things that I've done and the things that I'm working towards and how I might have gotten a little away from that. And I've been getting a lot of, hate lately, which is fine, whatever. Dealing with that and how to deal with that and understanding, where it comes from. Is it me? Is it them? Is it this or that? Just being able to understand all that. So being forced to stay home and kind of do all of those things, especially the self-awareness and reflection, has really helped me. And I'm very thankful that now I have extra time to work on my Subaru, because I've had so many things that I've put off because I just hadn't had the time. Like about a year and a half, so the past 6 months, I just fixed this, by the way, but my rear diff seal had been leaking, which is a big thing, right? Like your diff does some really important things, and to not have fluid in there is not a very good thing. And I just hadn't had the time to replace it because it's my daily driver. And I'd never done it before, so I didn't really have the ability to put it up in the shop for a day or two and, not have my car for a day or two because I needed it to get to work. Other things, just like cross-member bushings, just like maintenance that really needs to be done on it that I haven't been able to. I'm repeating myself now. I remember my first time making a podcast, and it's what, right now? Yes, it is. So once I'm done with that on the Subaru, I'll be really, really happy. And then I have the CRX that I've had about 2 years now that I've built from the ground up. Engine, transmission, carburetors, everything. So it's basically running, but I just kind of need to sync the carbs to get it perfect. And those are kind of like my 2 goals throughout quarantine, and making regular content, like YouTube videos, podcasts now, all sorts of stuff. And, I'm so excited. You guys are going to be the first to know that Gabby is officially building a bike. It is on the way. It's going to be my very first custom bike. Now, it's not a motorcycle dirt bike, but it's a mountain bike. It's going to be an enduro trail ride bike from a company that is willing to partner with me. I'm very, 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 very excited. They will supply me the frame, and I am going to find and supply the parts for the bike and build it together. I will have a build series for you guys. I'm very excited. I've never built like straight up built a bike before, so this is gonna be really fun. Yes. Whoosh. So that's fun. What was the thing that I said I was going to get further into, and I totally forgot? This is why I write things down, because I just forget things. Yeah, I'm really good at forgetting things, but this is my first podcast. Paris. Yo, I just realized I could do ASMR on this. That would be cool. I don't think I could do ASMR because I'm really, really bad at being quiet. I'm really loud. I don't mean to be, but it's just really fun for me to be loud. Okay, cool. So I obviously will now have to keep notes on whatever it is that I'm talking about throughout the podcast. Check. I'll have to do that. I hope my voice doesn't sound weird. I know I hear my voice all the time, like on videos, but with this pretty cool mic, I don't know. Hi, guys. What's it like on the other side? I'm sorry, I can't even. It's just Gabby things. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so we went through why I started a podcast. I guess we can talk about where I've been. Honestly, I've been kind of like, I remembered. Ding. Okay, I remembered how the quarantine has helped me and has actually been a blessing in disguise for me. Now, I know the quarantine and the current world situation for most people is not ideal. It's really ruining a lot of businesses, a lot of people. Like, it's just not good for most people. But even for me, like a lot of things that was in motion for me have now been canceled because of it, and a lot of opportunities I was very excited for that I was taking, head on, and I was doing really, really well with what I was trying to do with social media. I can't exactly say details now, but I was really gaining some traction with what the Gabby was doing. But I will say the past 6 months has just been a lot for me. And I won't go into details about everything that would happen, but 6 months ago was not in a good place. Me and my boyfriend at the time broke up, and it was really, 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 really bad. A lot of emotional abusement was going on, and just me being treated really badly. And, I had given up a lot of things for the relationship and put myself, me and him put me in a really bad financial and emotional place. So, I had to move. And at the same time, I had all of that going on. I was also getting a lot of traction with my social media and brands starting to reach out, wanting to work with me, and me wanting to do social media for a living. Not desperately, but it's really, really what I want to do. I get excited every day to wake up and do it, to engage with you guys, to share my experiences, and to talk to you and inspire you and be there for you guys and kind of be there for somebody to look up to. That's really what makes me excited and happy every single day. And that's why when I turn on the camera, I get just so genuinely excited. And you guys are like, how are you so happy? I'm like, because making videos makes me happy. Making and doing this makes me really, 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 really happy. And we're going off on a tangent. And this is why I need to make a podcast, because I just got so much stuff to say and I just can't stop talking. Anyway. Because I also had so much brands reaching out to me to work with me. I had a lot of opportunities, and I was not only going through all of this financial, emotional pain and trying to fix myself, but I couldn't say no to these opportunities because I had worked so hard for them for a year and a half, and I was finally starting to, just my dues were starting to get paid off. I wasn't getting paid by these brands, but things are getting paid for me to go do things, to show my worth, to prove myself, to show what I can do. And I wanted that so bad. I just, I had worked so hard, and I finally was starting to get it. And it sucks that I was in a bad emotional and mental place while I was doing it, but I couldn't say no. And that's okay, right? It's not bad. Just, bad time. Well, I guess in theory, not bad timing, because I was also never home. So then I wasn't really working. So then I wasn't able to put money away, and then just continued my spiral of bad financial things and trying really hard to do this. And you never really know, because social media is one of those things where you try really hard and you don't know necessarily how long this is going to take, or there's no organization or structure to it. To let's say school, right? Like college or high school, you take algebra, then trig, then like there's a structure to it, right? You need this many things, and then you get this, and then you can go do that, right? So you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like I can measure out 4 years, and then I'll get a degree. Like social media is not like that at all. Like you're like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna throw all of my energy into something and hope that something happens. That's kind of how it works a little bit. There's just not as much structure. There's a lot of strategy and stuff that comes into it, but that's how I like to think of it sometimes. There's a lot of unknown chaos. But I like that part of it because I like having an excessive amount of variety, and I love the unknown because it is a little scary, but it's very, very exciting. I get very bored with the same mundane, boring stuff, like doing the same thing every day. And I genuinely love to travel and to do new, awesome things all the time. You know, like my favorite thing to do is learn. So having that variety and that constant change was awesome. So I was able to thrive in that environment of flying to LA to do the LA Auto Show and flying to Vegas for this and, you know, getting myself out there in front of brands. And I was just so excited and like just living off of that high and that excitement that I've, you know, not only made it this far, but I never thought I would make it this far. And then being, you know, and putting myself out there in a way and setting myself up and getting myself in front of the people that I needed to. So that was awesome. And I had done a very good job of that because that was in, September, October. And then December came around and that was, you know, Christmas time. And I had tried to do Vlogmas and that didn't work because I was just so utterly tired because I would wake up and go to work for 8 hours. And then I also had to drive an hour and a half to work and from work because of my living situation. And I had a very difficult time finding a job except, you know, fling and froyo, which I wasn't going to sling froyo. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. So it was just a lot. And then after doing, like, working all day and then driving an hour and a half to work, then back from work, I would try to make a video and it got to be too much. And then family and then this and blah, blah, blah. And then January came along and more of that, just like more opportunities. And it was great for like January. Because January is Bitchin Bootcamp. That's right, on the Motor Trend app. If you guys haven't checked it out, your girl is on a custom fabrication competition show with the Kindig Designs people, Dave Kindig and Kev Dog. You guys should check it out. Bitchin Bootcamp. It's on the streaming Motor Trend app now. And then hopefully on the Discovery Channel later this year. So I was there filming, came back, and then I went to GTR World Cup, and then I came back, and then I went to Texas, and then I came back, and then it was just that time, and then it became March, and then everything was locked down. And I was like, I had more things I was going to do. Like I was about to fly to Europe for a really good job interview. I was about to fly to California for another really good job interview, like opportunity. So throughout those 6 months, like it seemed like my work was starting to pay off for a position finally to do social media as a living. And it just kind of sucks that this current world situation happened to happen when it did. But because I've been forced to be quarantined and to chill and not travel, I have now been able, like I literally took 3-4 weeks and just like laid on the couch and I had no motivation. I just was exhausted. I did not realize how exhausted I was until like I was able, like in my mind, I was like, we have to stay home. It's okay to do nothing. Because normally I would beat myself up if I didn't make a video in time or if I wasn't doing anything towards my goals, right? Like I didn't give myself a day off, which is my own fault. And, you know, I've learned from that. But I would mentally be like, this is why you haven't made it to where you want to be at because you take days off. And I would just beat myself up in the head about it. Because I just wanted it so bad. I was tired of, you know, not tired of struggling, but I just wanted it so bad. So after having a few weeks of chilling and doing nothing and giving my body and mind, giving it the time that it needed to rest, really helped bring me back as a person. Not that I wasn't happy, but I just kind of lost a little bit of direction. I've lost a little bit of clarity about things that I specifically want. Or not like the main goal has always been the same, but like those specifics like left and right, because I would just say yes to everything. Because whatever opportunity would come my way, I wanted to say yes to everything. Like I didn't want to shut any doors. I wanted to get myself out there as much as I could and do the best that I can with what opportunities that were given to me. So yeah, now I'm home, I'm chilling. Cool, I've reevaluated about things that are important to me, things that I want out of life, things that I want to go do. And now we're here to make a podcast. And I'm excited about it. And I just got my setup today, and I set this up, and now we're making a podcast. And I realized that I did not have a chair. Now, you've noticed, if you're watching this in video form, that I am sitting down. But it is not a chair. I've actually made chairs out of my tires and put a blanket and a pillow on top. And I'm actually sitting kind of in this hole now, and my feet are going numb. Here, if you're in video, you can see... Ooh. There you go. You see? They are tires. They're actually my BFGs that I need to put on. The tires that I'm currently sitting on are actually my BFG tires that I need to get installed on my car. I just kind of haven't had... I've had the time, and I've had like the extra $100. But since I'm on furlough, I'm trying to pocket everything that I can because I don't know how long this will last. And I'd rather play it smart and safe than spontaneous and reckless, which is the only time I think I will say that. Normally, I'm just like, send it! I'm down, we're just going to send it and just see where this goes. Okay, wait, how long is this? 21 minutes? Cool. Okay, you know what? I think that's a good amount of time for a single podcast for the first one. I don't really know how I'm going to release this. This will be up on YouTube, and parts of it will probably be on the Instagram. And thank you so much for tuning in. Like, having you guys, my audience, my supporters, my Donut Squad fam gang, being there through me throughout all of this and always supporting me. There's a handful of you that have been here for a very long time, and I recognize you guys, and I really, really don't feel alone in this world anymore. Social media has brought me so much, so many way more good things than bad. Like, anywhere that I go in the world, there's always somebody there who shares the same passion as me and is willing to meet up and hang out and just talk about things that make us happy. And I freaking love that. I love meeting you guys, and I love the fact that I can go anywhere and there will be someone there for me. And I appreciate that because that is something that I wish that I could give back more to you guys for that. I wish I could do more for you. And I hope to do that in the future. Really. So thank you so much for always being there for me. I've never felt alone the past 6 months, even though I technically, in my personal life, had literally lost everybody. Friends, quote unquote, a community, my significant other at the time, my own family at some point too. So, but even though I had lost all of those things, I had always had you guys. So thank you for always being there for me. I always appreciate you guys, really, from the bottom of my heart. I genuinely do. And no matter how big and crazy, popular, famous you guys think that I might get, I will always run my own pages. I will always interact with you guys. I will always take the time that I can to message you and talk back to you, because those are the things that keep me going, and that is why I'm here, is for you. So I will make many more podcasts. I will make many more videos, and I'll be here. Because Gabby ain't going nowhere. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Gift of Gab podcast. And I'll see y'all. Well, I don't know if I'll see you in the next one. Peace.